Ladies and gentlemen, EC3.
Hey everybody, Mr. The Fanboy here. This is my thoughts and rant on the upcoming WrestleMania 33 pay-per-view event, which is this Sunday. And to tell you the truth, while there are a couple of matches on here that I want to see, and while you do have a pretty strong card, with the exception of two matches, I am not looking forward to this WrestleMania. I can actually care less about it. And this Sunday, after it's over, whether I like it or not, I will care less. I will care less about WrestleMania and the WWE. It's not like this WrestleMania is going to be like super awesome and I'm going to watch the WWE. In my opinion, WrestleMania ain't that great anymore. They've been surpassed by various other superior other wrestling shows produced by New Japan, the Lucha Libre promotions, the indie scene here, and Impact Wrestling. These promotions try to make WrestleMania every night. They try to have WrestleMania every night, whereas WWE sucks all year, but around WrestleMania time they try to throw something together to make an awesome show. To make an awesome show. And like I said, WrestleMania these days, there's no buzz behind it. It'll be popular for a couple of days, then people will forget about it, and it'll be memorable and no one will remember it. WrestleMania is not that big, epic Super Bowl of wrestling anymore. It's just an overly expensive produced big budgeted Raw, SmackDown, Super Show, or an indie show. That is what WrestleMania is in today's crappy PG era. The PG era is the worst era of WrestleMania. Now, I'll give this WrestleMania one thing. It does have a strong card, so there should be some match quality. So it won't be as bad as WrestleMania 25 and 33, which in my opinion, 25 and 31. 25 and 29. 25 and 29. These two WrestleManias, especially 25, have to be the worst WrestleManias I have ever seen. Yet 25, which had no good matches on it. I can't wait to rant on that. I can't wait to rant on WrestleMania 25. WrestleMania 25 had no good matches. Everything was at best average, and it was at best average. John Cena versus Edge versus Big Show was terrible, and no one remembers it. Randy Orton and Triple H was disappointing, considering those two usually have awesome matches. Then the best match of the night was Shawn Michaels and Taker. Two has been going at it that I didn't care for at the time. No new stars were made during this period. No new stars were made during this period. Kid Rock performed so long that one of the matches I wanted to see coming into the card, Miz and Morrison versus the Colen brothers, Primo and Carlito, the tag team match got bumped to the pre-show. Austin Hall of Fame speech. That was the only good things about the WrestleMania were Austin's Hall of Fame speech, Taker and Michaels, one of the only really good wrestling matches, which I didn't care for, and of course the soundtrack, AC/DC's Shoot to Thrill and War Machine, and of course the poster. The poster, if you see the poster for 25, it looks like it's gonna be this epic show, especially the one with Stone Cold Steve Austin in the middle, like he's gonna wrestle in the show. But that was the worst WrestleMania I've ever seen. Then you had 29, which had a weak card. That had better match quality than 25, but 29 had a very weak card. Nothing on the show was good except for CM Punk and Taker, which I didn't care much for. The match was good, but the storyline and everything building up to it was terrible, and this caused CM Punk to leave WWE. Even at the time, I wanted CM Punk in the main event. I wanted CM Punk versus Rock versus Cena for the title. At least make it different if you're going to give us the same match. Then the only other good match was Rock and Cena, which was a rematch from the year previous. And they said Rock and Cena was a once in a lifetime thing, and they did this so Cena could get back his win. And the Rock, an Attitude Era star, put over Cena and gave Cena another torch he didn't deserve. How many people have passed the torch for John Cena? JBL, Triple H, Michaels, The Rock, and now Michaels, Brock Lesnar, and now Batista, and now The Rock, and now The Rock. How many people have to put Cena over? Cena, he's got the rub and the torch from numerous people, and he still can't get over several years later. And Rock, and I'm glad I didn't pay for that. Rock, an Attitude Era star, the greatest star ever, putting over Cena at WrestleMania. So like I said, 25 and 29 are the worst WrestleManias of all time. I can at least say 33 will never be that. 32, which is, if you check Wrestling Observer, is voted as the worst show of 2016. WrestleMania 32, I actually thought that was okay from what I watched. WrestleMania 32, I thought 25 and 29 were worse. But yeah, so 33 at least has that going for it. But I'm not looking forward to 33. Let's talk about the three matches I'm mostly looking forward to. You have Jericho and Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. You got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I always love the fact they have Battle Royals. Money in the Bank won't be featured this year, but I always love the fact they have Battle Royals for all the people who don't have nothing to do at WrestleMania to get them on the card. And I love Battle Royals and Royal Rumbles. Next is, of course, in the main event, which is Bill Goldberg and Kevin Owens for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I guess Seth Rollins versus Triple H should be good. Seth Rollins, I love his feud with Triple H, but they should have turned Seth Rollins' face back when I cared, and I haven't been impressed with Seth Rollins' in-ring work. The storyline and character and stuff is good, but his in-ring work hasn't been. And I want both. I want characters, larger-than-life characters, and in-ring work. I want both. Both. Then let's talk about Jericho and Owens. This is just for Jericho to put over Owens, and then Jericho. He said he plans to leave after WrestleMania, so he's one of the best. Whenever I do watch Raw, he's one of the best things about it. So when he leaves, it's gonna be more boring. In this new roster, you have a young and talented roster. However, no one is there. There are no larger than life characters. No one is making me tune in to WWE. None of these guys can get me to watch WWE. This is where part-timers like Jericho, Goldberg, and Lesnar are needed. So that was that match. This pissed me off. One of the matches I was also looking forward to was Austin Aries and Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship. That's the second match on the pre-show. That got bumped to the pre-show. F you, WWE. Fuck you for that garbage. I want to see A-Double at WrestleMania. AJ Styles got the debut at WrestleMania last year. Why can't A-Double this year? Next is Roman Reigns and Taker. Not looking forward to that. The Diva match and John Cena's mixed tag team match with Nikki Bella versus Maurice and The Miz has to be the worst match ever. John Cena is always the worst part of WrestleManias, man. He is the worst part of every WrestleMania. He is excluding 26 and I guess 28. Other than that, John 29. Other than that, John Cena is the worst part of every WrestleMania. His match or his segment or his storyline is the worst one for WrestleMania. And this is supposed to top Wrestle Kingdom. The Wrestle Kingdom Okada and Omega match. This match right here, this crappy mixed tag team match, it's supposed to top that. It's supposed to top that. John Cena just needs to retire and go star in movies. Go somewhere. Go somewhere. Yeah. Next is Roman Reigns. I mentioned Roman Reigns. Yeah, Roman Reigns and Taker. Not looking forward to this. Two terrible big men. But two terrible big. You got one big green ass big man in Roman Reigns. Then you got one old overrated big man in Undertaker. So I'm not looking forward to this crap, and I'll be skipping this. Then you got Seth Rollins and Triple H. Like I said, I love the feud, but I haven't been impressed with Seth Rollins in ring work in WWE lately. So I don't think this will be that good. I don't think this wrestling wise will be that good. Story wise, yeah, but not wrestling wise. And I want to see both. The Divas match, who cares? Who cares? The Divas in WWE, the WWE Diva division is the worst thing ever, man. Even worse than all the male stuff. At least with the male wrestlers, you get one good match. Diva stuff, the Diva trash is terrible. This Diva Revolution, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And their wrestling matches, who cares? Who cares? I don't care how good their wrestling matches are now. And whenever I do watch a Diva match, nothing about the Divas impresses me, man. They are the worst wrestlers of all time. Any Diva match featured in WWE is automatically terrible to me, and especially for what they did to Natalya years ago. What he did to that with that farty gimmick, and the fact that she's not the most dominant diva on the roster. She's not the most dominant diva on the roster is the Diva division. Because of that, they are forever buried with me. Divas, you are forever buried. If you're a diva, you wrestle with WWE, you automatically suck to me. I don't care how good you are. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta spit. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, like I said, Diva division, you are forever buried to me. I don't care how good you are. And I ain't watching this trash. What did they have, some elimination match? Yeah. So the Diva match and the John Cena and the mixed tag team match, these are all automatically going to be the worst matches on the show. Next you got oh yes, let's talk about main event, man. Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Goldberg is 50 years old. He hasn't done squat in the 12 years he's been away from wrestling. The 12 or 13 years he's been away from wrestling. He's wrestled nothing but squash matches. This is all about spectacle, just like Hulk Hogan and Sting. But at least Hulk Hogan and Sting had a excuse. At least Hulk Hogan, he could move. He could move. All he could do was punch. He couldn't take bumps, and they still had a good fight, in my opinion. That was an awesome moment. The match Hogan and Sting had at Bound for Glory 2011 was awesome, and the moment after with the face turn was even more awesome. But this right here, it's the same with that match. It's going to be all about spectacle. Goldberg is a shell of what he once was. Goldberg from 97 to 2004 was badass. This Goldberg right here is weak. Goldberg is lucky. Wrestling is fixed, man, or work, because he would get embarrassed out there. He would get embarrassed. It would be sad to watch, to see the badass Goldberg. What's the name? He's lucky wrestling is not real, man. Otherwise he would get exposed, because like I said, his in-ring performances since coming back have been terrible. His promos, in-ring presence, and everything else about him has been good, but his in-ring performances have just been terrible, man. The only half decent performance he had was the Royal Rumble. And even that was a shell. Go back and watch the 2004 Royal Rumble. His entry to that, how badass that was, and look how weak and slow this was. So that's the other part. That's the other problem I have. But it should be good from a spectacle standpoint. Now here Lesnar is supposed to take the title off him, so maybe that'll make it better with Lesnar controlling most of the match. What else about this card? Yeah, let's review. Let's talk about other stuff on this card. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Shane McMahon and AJ Styles. You know how much this pisses me off. Shane McMahon and AJ Styles. That is not a WrestleMania match. That is not a WrestleMania match. That is a SmackDown match. AJ Styles should be in the main event with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt for the Triple Threat title. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Another match I'm not looking forward to. I've already ranted on Bray Wyatt, how much I can't stand him, how you can never have a good match unless he's wrestling someone like a Jericho, Daniel Bryan, or Randy Orton, a good in-ring general. I am not looking forward to this match. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. That is not a WrestleMania main event. That is not a WrestleMania main event, and they should have had AJ Styles there. They should have had AJ Styles there, and to make it a three-way. Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin. Not looking forward to that for the Intercontinental Championship. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Enzo, Big Cass, and Cesaro and Sheamus. I'm not looking forward to that. WWE managed to do the impossible. They managed to make the Bullet Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they managed to make them boring. They were badass in New Japan Pro Wrestling. WWE has managed to do the impossible, make those guys boring. They're wrestling for the tag team titles at WrestleMania, and I don't care. And I told you, and the Sheamus, Sheamus I like, but don't really care much for. Then you got Cesaro. You got Cesaro doing those. You got Cesaro doing those lame ass spins, doing his lame ass spins. So spin maneuvers. See, I'm not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to that. So yeah, this looks like it's gonna be another crappy WrestleMania. Not the worst WrestleMania like 25 and 29, but definitely terrible, man. Definitely terrible. And even if it is good, this is not gonna make me like start watching WWE. This is not gonna make me start watching WWE again. I'm gonna care less about WWE when it's over. When it's over, and Jericho, like I said, will be leaving afterwards. So yeah. Garbage WrestleMania, man. Garbage WrestleMania. I am not looking forward to WrestleMania. Well, this was my thoughts and rant on WrestleMania 33. Alright. I'm done, people.